No power!
Zombies. A special game mode born from World of War as a group project in Treyarch Studios to a complex Aether storyline. The gameplay and storyline has created a big dense iceberg for me to explain you guys. This video style has been picked up by Mishkos, and I found this zombies iceberg image from Reddit by the name Agrobot, who created this certain poster. Before I get into this iceberg, I will use perks to measure my knowledge to all these sections. A single perk means I have no idea what it is. 5 perks meaning that I know the story. Alright, now that you guys know, let's hop into this iceberg.
Do you hear the voices?
Hidden radios. From World of War Shinonuma to Black Ops 4 Talk to Toten. These radios are the form of storyline that is told from the past, which introduces characters and locations that happened in the same zombies map locations, which can be interacted by shooting or by the use key to play dialogues. They are hidden in each maps. There are usually 3 radios or more. Pentagon test subjects. The Pentagon test subjects at one of 3 labs where you find dead patients which are tested with Nova 6 gas. Experimented on what a body could react, but could be created to be Nova 6 zombies. Who knows? Could be failed experiments like Richtofen's blank portrait from Kino. In Kino, a black silhouette of a 5th member along with Ultima's crew were a mystery for 8 years until resolved. This is confirmed by Treyarch, and the map classified a different storyline with an Easter egg that you can interact to turn the silhouette picture to reveals to be Primus Nikolai. Richtofen being controlled by the Shadow Man. The Shadow Man has told everyone that Primus crew Richtofen was more than a friend in Black Ops 3, which Richtofen did connect his campfire cutscene to the Shadow Man, and was his apprentice one time, used to do very bad things to repay his debt. While Ultimus Richtofen was hearing the voices, he was hearing those voices by the Shadow Man until Moon. Dr. Monty. Dr. Monty is the mastermind of keeping the universes in order. He's the person who created zombie gameplay features like wall buys, perks, mystery boxes, and gobblegums. He was once a good friend of the Shadow Man until the Shadow Man was corrupted and banished to the Dark Aether. Dr. Monty was later found out to not save the universes, yet to repeat the cycle. Samantha's room. Introducing Kino. It's hinted about Samantha's innocent past and her evil self too. It's a bedroom where perk bottles, toys of the zombie crew, monkey bomb on her bed, posters, and teddy bears. At the evil side of the room, where you've been greeted by a trashed room of bloody red atmosphere with a giant teddy on a pile of teddy bears holding a big bowie knife, indicating Samantha's evil side. This room has been appeared in Origins ending, where you see Samantha, Eddie, and Fluffy playing around until called towards the basement. This specific room has been contributed plenty in the zombie storyline until Revelations. The cycle. I'll keep it simple. The cycle starts from the Great War, which the premise characters always starts in the Great War. Freeze fun zombies until 115 have been discovered. Both zombies maps were played towards Revelations. The only way to keep the cycle going is to create paradoxes like the Mob of the Dead emanates blood as samples as an insurance towards the premise crew. It was noted that humanity was doomed by the start as the cycle keeps continuing. The cycle has been broken by Weasel in the Month of Dead and by the premise crew in that the chronorium changed, which leads to be Nikolai as the leader. The Nova Crawler. Nova Crawlers are introduced in Kino der Toten as a secondary zombie type. It can damage you by exploding on death, swipe like a zombie, and blind your vision while in the midst of the gas. People theorize that these are related to the Keepers by their face, and will agree on that because in the Iceberg, which shows tapes of the Keepers being experimented by Group 935, yet their bodies are like humans. Over the time, they change on varieties, like they teleport sometimes and they have an alter version like the Jumping Jacks and Die-Rise. They also have plenty of varieties in Alpha Omega. Dr. Richtofen said that there were failed experiments that was conducted on humans which they did not retain their human face but more mutated over time. And they were more likely angler fish features, but that's what Richtofen's quoted on. Help signs. These are scribbles of messages or names that are scattered throughout the map, which describes a certain meaning. Sometimes it captures the people in the past who suffered during the incident of the zombies invasion. It helps with the atmosphere of zombies, of clues and details of the story. They're Easter eggs with a secret message, but the thing is, I don't think there's much to it. Main Easter eggs. Main Easter eggs are a way to progress story or tell a part in the storyline. It's hidden objective of what you do in order to obtain answers and outcomes of the zombies map. Keeps zombies interesting because of the whole main Easter egg that keeps us searching for it. Multiverse. Multiverse are universes which are similar enough to completely different. These dimensions are what make zombies complicated in the first place. It's like you're playing on a remastered Nocturne Toten with Ultimate's crew, which you've never been before, yet in the World of War version, you're playing as the Marines. That's multiverse in zombies. That's why we have Ultimate's and Premise crew. Another example is that the Premise crew and Victus crew traveling around the universes to collect stuff. In Black Ops 3, they were traveling around to collect their own souls. Zombies container. In Kino, there's barrels containers on stage which were believed to contain crawlers during Black Ops 1 days. But on Black Ops 3, these were later confirmed to be normal zombies that were brought by the Group 935 as a presentation along with the teleporter. Hellhounds. Long ago in the race, Dr. Maxis conducted an experiment with Samantha's dog named Fluffy who was pregnant. They sent through the dog through a teleporter which didn't came back for a minute. Later Fluffy came back undead with rage of fire. Samantha is scared and tells Maxis what he has done, which later both Maxis and Samantha were locked and forced to be teleported. Fluffy was the original Hellhound and soon under Samantha's command. Teddy bears. Teddy bears are a hint of corruption in the world which were used to play a song or as a prop. Creepy as it sounds, it's Samantha's original calling card and zombie staple that first appeared in the Verrucht. There's nothing more to it, it's just a teddy bear from Samantha, even that moon she is holding it. There are different teddy bears that can appear of holding things like perks and weapons, and it's also appeared plenty of times outside of zombies. For example, if you look up teddy bears in Call of Duty, you will see that Call of Duty really hates teddy bears. You see them teared up and abandoned. Perk-a-colas. Perks are an upgrade towards a player which gives stat boosts to help a player's survivability, which are created by Dr. Monty as a little nudge. Originally, these were theorized to be created by Group 935 with the elements of 115. If you prone to any perk machine in World at War and in Black Ops 3, you will get tiny points back. Nonetheless, I think you're ready for Shallow Waters. I hope you're ready. 115 in Shinonuma. This meteorite has crashed in the swamps of Shinonuma and were discovered to be potent of radioactive element named 115, which has brought some parts of the meteorite to other facilities along the Group 935 and Project Horizon Sun. Everything would have played by time itself, but this newly discovered element had to crash on Earth to have a destructive consequence. Die Glock. This is the name of the top secret Nazi scientific technology device. In English, this means the bell, which is an experiment carried by the Third Reich under SS supervision in the facility named the Reese. The bell is a big hard steel that resembles a giant bell, which is believed to be a transference device. Treyarch did take inspiration from this story. Fourth wall breaks. There's no explanation why there's fourth wall breaks during gameplay, like the characters knew they were being controlled. Most notably to be Ultimus, Richtofen and Tank Dempsey. If it just happens time to time, it's only a gimmick for comedy if they speak. Like for example, Richtofen mentions the Illuminati and Treyarch, while Tank Dempsey mentions the player. Monkey Bomb in Furnace. This is an Easter egg at Thuries where you picked up the monkey bombs off the mystery box and went towards the furnace where the Thompson Wallbice is. You throw the monkey at the fire in the furnace and the monkey screams in pain and agony and explodes. Samantha tells you, "Why are you being so cruel to Mr. Monkey? All he wanted is to play." Disassemble ray gun in the labs. In my theory, the US made a deal with Richtofen to continue the works of 935. After many failed attempts to confiscate many 115 operating technology, so they started working on a ray gun to discover how it works in the field and tries to find another weapon powered by element 115 by inventing it. In 5 you could see a photo of Richtofen in a panic room, which confirms he did cooperate with the US. Peter's corpse. When you begin playing Shinonuma, you see a hanging body of Peter McCain, hanging by a rope, which appears he died from being hanged. Peter's corpse is terrifying to the point when he's dropped to the ground by grenades and you chose to be on him, you have a chance to die instantly and restart the map immediately in a mystery. He was a US spy to investigate the experiments of 115. Knocking at Kino's dressing room. Such as the mystery about it for years. Nobody, not even I know, about the person behind the chest and door. As you move closer to the barrier in the dressing room, you could hear knocks repeating. It could be a locked person searching for rescue or to be a zombie. It's a very creepy indeed. It's like you're not alone. Bus Route B. This is such a frenzied theory about the second route of transit and what will it be. There's no clear answer. It does start from transit bus station, but that's only concrete evidence about this whole route. But there's a map in transit depot to show the routes, and there's nothing special about it. It's just an inside joke to the community by this point. The fourth robot in Origins. I have no idea what they're really talking about really. The fourth robot in Origins seems to be laying down malfunctioned and was no longer operational. I cannot comment of what I cannot know. Dentist office. When you teleport after Pack-a-Punch, There's a chance to be teleported in the dentist's office. The only reason to teleport is to get a 935 audio reel. I've looked for more details and it appears that there is an experiment room for zombies as you were no clip outside the door. There's a zombie head laying on the ground next to the dentist chair. The noises is a flashback to their horrific procedures. The ray gun wallby. This is a perma-perk if you're only a beginner of 1 or 2 bones of rank. After that, you won't be able to rebuy the ray gun. It's a simple hidden help for beginners of zombies until round 15, which you lose the ray gun. This perma-perk can be now also applied to other zombies maps of the Olympia wallby. This only works for local, as they patched it out for co-op online. Transit Power Station Survival. This area was scheduled to be a separate survival map, but it was removed for unknown reasons. Its map selection icon is still present within the game files. This is all I can explain for this portion of the map. PhD and Mule Kick in Mob of the Dead. This is such a tease by Treyarch like Darius, as a Mule Kick is there to not have 3 weapons combo. It's unnecessary, yet it's available in grief mode. Well, now we're reaching deeper. Now we're going into the Twilight Zone. A Shinonuma Easter egg for the music that won. There's no explanation of who's talking, but it is in the music lyrics of The One. I bet I did creep you out on that one, didn't I? The AUG wallby. It's a powerful exclusive for the Wii that I've experienced before, and it costs around $1,200 for the gun. It's cheap, it's great, it's good for mid rounds until Pack-a-Punch, where you can really go ham on it. You don't have to worry about the ammo because the ammo is under the gun trap and the stage. So you can still keep running even at high rounds that you can be on. Let's go ham. Richtofen is gay. No. Richtofen's servant head. It's a cut weapon that is hidden in the game files of Black Ops 2. It's important for the storyline, probably, but it's cut, so there's no potential being one. It's a fully modeled with bone structure with animations. It doesn't connect with Richtofen's under the code. I know it looks like Richtofen, the face features and side patch of gray hair. This was only used to replace the meat and grief at Mob of the Dead, nothing much more. Rosman's face jump scare. At Mob of the Dead, there's fireworks at a distance from Alcatraz. If you grab a sniper, go on the rooftop and look at it. You'll be surprised by a picture that looks like Rosman, but probably isn't. It's another Treyarch's troll to scare any off-guard players. The iOS port. This is a vague subject. This could be talking about Call of Duty Zombies or Black Ops Zombies. World of version on the mobile is only available for the iPhone, yet the Black Ops mobile version is available for both iPhone and Android. The major problem with these ports is that multiplayer doesn't work anymore. Yuri's the Pentagon Thief. This subject is true. After Yuri was kicked off the Gersh project, he noticed teddy bears around Ascension. Upon reading Richtofen's diary, he hears Samantha ordering Yuri to still continue with Gersh device, and tricks Gersh to open his own Gersh device and suck him up to the singularity. Yuri went in the Gersh device too and teleported the Pentagon to release zombies on the Pentagon, before Ultimate's crew got themselves into the Pentagon by accident. Samantha sent Yuri to November 6, 1963 to decrease the 5 crew's survivability. Yet after the outbreak, Yuri's got arrested by the president. Black Ops 2 DLC 5. There was a supposed DLC during the Call of Duty Ghosts life cycle that will have been released. There's been hints and evidences. It's only going to be another World at War maps remix, but was cut to wait for the next gen consoles. Black Ops 3 did get the World at War remasters again. Chainsaw weapon. Nickname the Sabertooth. This was planned yet cut. The ammo will be way too much as many number 9s, and also the reserve will be nearly 1,000,000. It can be pack-a-punchable. There is another version named the Sabertooth 360, which will be much smaller in magazine size. It can also be pack-a-punchable, but that's all about the chainsaw. VR11 on George Romero. It's an interesting concept, but it won't change George Romero back to human, but it will walk back to the icy water whence he came, and return again to haunt you again. Icarus flying over the Morgue City. After doing Shadows of Evil Easter egg in the sky, Icarus were flying over the Morgue City. The plane has been warping again in the giant and again inaccessible Noshima. It's a ghost plane with no crew on it. This certain plane has came from Mob of the Dead. Gobblegum Private Eyes. A cut Gobblegum that was first seen in Dr. Monty's candy shop in Shadows of Evil, where you could see a low resolution picture of the Gobblegum in the poster with the candy machine. This Gobblegum description says, for this 2 rounds, all nearby zombies will show an indicator on them. The Hanging Scientist in Doris. So, it appears that a scientist from Group 935 has hanged himself. Or is it a soldier? It appears he was committed suicide by mental thought with the scribbles on the wall and books. He knew that this facility area was going to be a disaster by the break, so he took his own life. He cannot handle the resistance that the zombies produce. Kino's foreshadowing posters. The posters in Kino shows the content that will hint future maps and storyline like Moon, Call of the Dead, and Richtofen. The Pygmalion poster shows a woman with a pyramid head on a beaming light. That picture also shows on Samantha on the Moon pyramid device. Faust demo poster is Richtofen that controls the crew for his evil master plan to take over the world. Finally, Die Bismarck shows the ship with 3 crewmates on icy ocean water, which resembles Call of the Dead, which also have a ship on icy water, but stuck and destroyed. Last gen Setsubo build. I had no idea that the last gen of Setsubo Noshima will come out for the Xbox 360 and PS3. But it was cut for unknown reasons, but it will be just like regular Setsubo, but the graphics will be the same as the other DLC maps. Fate of Call of the Dead crew. This is a mystery I haven't thought for years. In Revelations, there are radios that every Call of the Dead crew has gone missing and never seen again. Sally, George Romero's assistant, who is the last person in Siberia, hiding somewhere but no clue that Sally's fate will be answered. Dr. H. Porter's End. It's a mystery, but it will be interesting that you all have been deceived. After Samantha's commanded the zombies to kill 935 personnel, Porter knew that this was going all downhill. It wasn't a random soldier scientist or soldier. Porter himself took pills and died at the place in Doris. He is the hanging scientist of Doris! Bus driver blueprints and classified. So, in the blueprint, this is shown of Ted. Ted was needed to be built for the Colorado facility, which is probably transit is. This specific bus driver, which is Ted, truly does explicit actions against the researchers while testing, which Ted uses foul language and misconduct worked on the bus, like skipping stops, kicks you out of the bus, and locks the bus doors. To be real though, he is a malfunctioned machine. Peter's grave. In Call of Duty Mobile Zombies World of War for the iOS, this is an Easter egg at Shinonuma where you have to unlock all parts of the map. And after you've done all of that, you'll find Peter's grave in the middle of the map, where the flogger trap is. You'll be rewarded with the DG2 Wonder Waffle as a reward after you dig up his grave. Teddy was a liar. So this very old message was written on the walls on World of War and also quoted by Richtofen on Moon. In Revelations on one of the radios, Dr. Monty said that this original saying came from Richtofen's childhood and he has it rough. So after when he got bullied by the kids, he wrote in the floor with a chalk, "Teddy was a liar." That is the original writing. Meat. Meat was a cut game mode for Black Ops 2 zombies, which only uses meat. The zombies would have been attracted to meat, so your only choice is to survive. Both of your team has to pick up the meat and throw it at each other's sides to not be overwhelmed by zombies. The last standing team wins, and that you don't have guns. Or do you? Jackass Flats. In the format transit, the TV gives you a message from the place Jackass Flats. They give you a coordinate of 37 degrees north, 160 degrees west, and tells you that the personnel hears voices that are soon overrun by zombies. Jackass Flats is located on Nuketown, Nevada, in the far off distance where you played on Nuketown. Zombie Paris. Zombie Paris was the original map file name for Moon. They had made a map set in Paris and decided late into development that it's not worthy of a finale for Black Ops 1, so they changed it back to Moon instead. Story would have been more different in Black Ops 2 other than Earth being destroyed, but will be the same intact Earth, but in the same year, or probably in the future. Ammo-matic. This perk is not a myth. This perk has been on multiple custom maps due to being cut on World of War that could have been introduced in Shinonuma. This perk machine gives you full ammo upon buying it for all weapons that you're carrying, which is useful for non-wall-buying weapons like a ray gun and every gun that isn't from the wall. Thunder Gun and Wonder Waffle in 5. Earlier in the video, Richtofen gave away 115 experiments to continue the works of Group 935 to US groups of the Pentagon. While making the deal, this does include the Thunder Gun and Wonder Waffle technology. The Lunar Lander in Shangri-La. I really have no idea what they're talking about. Specific lunar lander in Shangri-La that I've only seen is only used as a viable door. I have nothing to say. Sir Pablo Marinas. In World at War, he was a Mexican spy and a test subject along with Takio and Nikolai until he died after his spleen was removed by Richtofen at Deriz and was replaced by newly captured Tank Dempsey. He was a part of the Great War and was saved by the Primus crew. He is the Wolf King. He was featured in Talk Der Toten as a crazed man who demands something for you for an Easter egg. At the end of Talk Der Toten, he will save the universe and tell you his real name. Kino was World of War DLC 4. Kino the Toten was supposed to be released during Modern Warfare 2 life cycle, but would hold off to build off hype to Black Ops 1 Zombies. Zombie Engineering Kino. Zombie Engineer was the boss zombie that will hunt you down continuously throughout the map. Yet later you were used animation with George Romero in Call of the Dead. Not all is lost. He was fat, he was strong, he was reintroduced in Call of Duty Mobile. Shangri-La, it's on Mars. I am a bit confused, but this is a theory that occurred in the days of Black Ops 1. People subject that the map takes place on Mars because the moon was shaped differently with one of the Mars moons named Phobos. Another detail is that the mountains were a picture of actual mountain ranges of Mars. The name of Shangri-La is translated to the Lost World. This is an interesting story. Purgatory, New Mexico, 1932. In the warden's office in Mob of the Dead, there is a notice board. One of these is a newspaper headline which says, Purgatory, New Mexico, 1932. This is a place in New Mexico and relates to the legend of Hobomoko, the Native American devil. The story goes when a woman killed a quote-unquote white man. She goes hostile and hit by the head with a boulder and killed with an axe by Hobomoko. The woman fizzes into nothing. This sounds related to the Hell's Retriever because it's an axe that takes souls in order to get the Hell's Redeemer. Maybe Mob of the Dead is a magical purgatory pocket dimension. Round 2.18 to the power of 9. This is the possible round of zombies since zombies use 32-bit and calculate mostly in memory with zeros and ones. This round also breaks zombies, which leads to lowest health just like round 1. Only walkers remain to kill you, and it takes over 2 millennium worth of time, over 2,000 years to reach this round. If you want to play this legit, you can play this on Shinonuma. It will take around 30 years to accomplish this, but the reason newer will take millennium. Weeds becoming bricked. Did play Wii for some time in Black Ops 1. While I was researching, many people say it's Black Ops 1 was common to brick Wii's at one point. Maybe I was lucky not to get my Wii bricked. Maybe it's because I got it after the bricking session. Online multiplayer on mobile. The Call of Duty's Black Ops Zombies or World War Zombies on mobile is now dead. It was working, but from an update made the multiplayer aspect broken, and will only way to play zombies is to play single player by yourself. Roblox Doris. It's a recreation of Doris' COD zombie experience for Roblox. He knows ambient frequencies. While I was researching, I never came across the frequencies I'm trying to hear. Other than that, the only sound I hear is the Black Ops 1 zombies theme playing in the background and air flowing through the building. Shangri-La's second ending. Brock and Gary. These two famous explorers, in the original timeline, they survived the time loop of Shangri-La by the help of Ultima's crew. But in the alternate ending, from many time rifts that the premise used, caused many time warps to transport Brock and Gary's plane out of destination, and both Gary and Brock died by a crash. Victus crew storyline retcon. The entire Victus crew was a mess. A group of Mary Sues which were controlled by either Richtofen or Max's request. It didn't have to be this way. Jason Blundell took over after Jimmy Zielinski got booted out of the zombie story writing. made a new storyline in Black Ops 2, and left the building Victus crew towards nothing, like Max's plan to destroy the world. Maps never released due to extra dimensional rifts. This complicated multiverse theory shows that every action has a consequence outcome. Many dimensions could change based on what happened before or after the rifts. It could lead to a map that doesn't have to travel, or a dead dimension, like Blood of the Dead, which became discolored after the Easter egg. Dead Ops Arcade is canon. There's no way that this game mode originally from Black Ops 1 is canon, or is it? The main connection is the Gorilla Cosmic Silverback, a magazine found in 5. The Russians of Ascension did launch the very first primate on July 7th, 1962. After returning from space, it became undead, now called Cosmic Silverback. The evidence in the last round of Dead Ops Arcade, you could see a crashed CCCP Russian rocket. It's very interesting. Round Omega. I think, in my theory, Round Omega is a special hidden round. I don't know what map or where, but it's a hellish round probably. I have no clue what the strange symbol of a round is. This maybe could be like round infinity of buried. Nuketown bunker interior. This was confirmed in Black Ops 4 that was a mystery in Black Ops 1 and 2. In Black Ops 2, Martin was hiding in a bunker. Blackout and Black Ops 4 showed us the interior. Die Rise ground level. Mystery lies below of Die Rise. The skyscrapers could be floating under Earth's gravity. When we actually go to supposed ground level, it's empty, yet only fog covers the air. All of the Dead government cover-up. Though I explained earlier that all of the Dead group has gone missing. Sally is the only one alive and is during hiding, so I don't think the government will come since the Pentagon has gone down and they're middle of nowhere in Siberia. Cops 4 sentient AI. Be creepy if they actually were like human. They don't follow directions and only fight for survival. It's a rare subject to see, something that might appear but could not. It's a strange theory, but they can only assist you during gameplay. Memories of an Ascension map. Every gamer remembered this map before or after Ascension. They've seen it without playing it. It's a deja vu itself. Thank you viewer for staying with me throughout the Iceberg. This video has been made by me within a whole week of pure research and putting everything in the editing, and I hope you like this video. Give it a subscribe because I do Call of Duty content and probably zombies too, and I will see you on the next one. Goodbye. I hope you learned something new within this video. Good luck.